Hey guys, this is Miss Tran, and here we are for another flipped lesson. Now, when you're here with me for a flipped lesson, make sure that your materials are right there with you. So all you need is a dry erase marker, your computer, and your eyes forward. So we're going to talk about composing and decomposing numbers. Well, in first grade, you learned there are different ways to make the number 10. You probably have remembered the little phrase called friends of 10. And you know one way to get to 10 would be to say 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5. That's a friend of 10. What's another friend of 10? You can say 6 plus 4. 3 plus 7. You can do 1 plus 9. You could also do 0 plus 10. You can also do 8 plus 2. So those are different ways that you can compose a number. So it's not just one way, there are different ways to do it. So if you were to take any number and you have good number sense, you can decompose, you can break down that number into different parts. So for example, let's say I wrote down the number 12. I wrote down the number 12. And one way that you can build the number 12 with your base 10 pictures, and you see at the top I have base 10 pictures, you had to break that up into tens and ones. So the 1 would go in the tens place, and the O represents 2 ones. So if I went up to my base 10 blocks right here, and I chose a rod, that's 1 rod. And if I thought about the value of that, this would be 10 because there are 10 ones in this rod. And then you would take 2 ones, drag it over here, and you know that these represent counting by 1. So this would be 11, 12. So that's 2 ones. Now, there are different ways you can make 12. Let's clear our screen right here. And let me get rid of these if I can. Okay. There we go. Always good to delete them. Okay. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. So let's look at the number 12 again. We've talked about that you can break up 12 into 1 rod and 2 ones. You could also, if you were to break this up, you could also say you can have 5 ones. And let me get that for you. 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can put them together. Okay. 5 ones. And I could also add another 5 ones. Do. 5 ones here. I write down my 5. And then, so that gives us, so this would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10. How many more ones do I need to get to the number 12? 10. And I count up till I hit 12. 10, 11, 12. So I need 2 more ones right here. So with my pen, I can say 5 plus 5. This is 5 plus 5 plus 2. those are 2 ones there, it equals to 12. So that's what we call decomposing. When you take this number that's on the left of the equal sign, and then you break it down into its individual parts. So this is not the only way that you can make 12. You can do 10 plus 2. You can do 5 plus 5 plus 2. You could also, let me clear this out. You could also do a little adventure as well. You can take 5, 6, 7, 8. You can say that's 8 plus 2 plus 2 equals 12. So as you can see right here, you can take one number and break that apart. So I'm going to give you a number, nice and small. We're doing with 2 digits only today. And I want you to come up with another way to make this number. So I'm going to get rid of all of these ones. Okay, back again with a clear screen. Here's the number that I want you to focus on. I am going to give you the number 20. Think about different ways that you can add numbers together to equal 20. Now, you don't always have to add 2 numbers together. So, for example, I know many of you may be thinking, well, 20 is 10 plus 10, where you add 1 rod plus another rod, that would give you 20. Great, that's one way. But now I want you to challenge yourself to think a little bit more differently. Think about another way to compose, or think of another way to decompose the number 20. Okay, let's see what you got. So in my top example, as you can see right there, 20 equals 10 plus 10. Another way that you could have done it, if you were adventurous, you could have said 5 ones plus 5 ones plus 10 equals 20. Because if you really look at it, 5 plus 5, that equals to 10. And then 10 plus 10 equals 20. You could have also done this one right here. I'm going to pick my salmon color. You could have also done 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals to 20. And then you would have had 5 ones here. If I had space, I'm going to do that really quickly. You can have 5 ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's one group of 5. And then you're going to do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's another group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're almost there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So as you can see, there are multiple ways that we can decompose. Decompose, remember, we break down the numbers. Break down the numbers. We break down the numbers to make a total. So we're going to break down Break down means to decompose. And when you get to my table, we're going to practice more on 2-digit numbers only today. Different fun ways to decompose.